The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? It's the week of October 14th, 2019. My name is Taylor Cooper. This is Might Be Sports. Kevin Reevy's getting his car fixed. I gave CJ the night off. This is a big night. It's a big night for football talk. I've got a special guest with me on the Might Be Sports line, Ricky Bell. What's up, Ricky? How you doing, man?
Taylor, how you doing? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. You are the host of the Backyard Report. You guys just started this podcast. I love it. I've listened to a couple episodes. I'm getting caught up on it. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the Backyard Report?
Cool. Well, yeah. Well, I appreciate your kind words. It's just two regular guys who love talking about football. We started to just, let's just do this. I'm like, I don't know how, I don't know what. And I think I did contact you, just sent you a quick message to get some advice.
Yep.
And so I definitely appreciate that. But, we've wanted to talk about the NFC East because, he's a Redskins fan, I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And we wanted to stick to that. But when it came down to it, we kind of said, you know what? Let's just go for the whole league and try to get a bigger audience. And that's what we're doing right now. And I think each day, each week, it's growing. And, hey, it's fun.
That's how it goes, man. And what I love about it is, like, I can see that you guys are hungry. You're putting out some great content. A lot of live videos on your Facebook page. It's a really great follow, especially if you're into football, primarily the NFC East, because it's such a crazy division this year and every other year. But it's always such a tight race in the end. And we do this sports podcast year round, and it's so hard for me to do it when there's no football.
Right.
It's so hard.
And I guess that's the kind of dynamic we want to bring. We want to be different, and we're going to keep up with it throughout the off season. May not be as frequent, but we want to still, hey, here's what's going on in the off season with your squad.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're leaning towards. And we have some other outlets we're talking about. Mike has a good friend named, I forget his name, but he's real into hockey. So we might bring hockey onto it.
That'd be very cool. Yeah.
And I don't know anything about hockey. I'm not a big hockey fan, but this is the type of thing we want to do with it. Eventually, maybe baseball, basketball, stuff like that. So we're definitely trying to grow, but we want to stick with what we have right now with just the football. And if we get good at that, watch out. The Backyard Report will be in your backyard.
Yeah, man. Dude, I love the Backyard Report. I love the name. I love the vibe. You guys literally record this in your backyard, so you get like that ambiance of the backyard with the record. It's great. It's a great idea. You can tell that you guys are passionate about it and that you guys obviously know your stuff. And shout out to your partner, Mike Spellman. You guys do a really, really good job. And I'm really proud of you for doing it, because it takes a lot to, come up with an idea to do, for a podcast. And it takes a lot to, dig up the not just the courage, but the motivation to do it, to actually put it in motion. And not only that, but to do it consistently like you guys are doing. And it's fantastic. I'm really proud of you. I'm happy for you, man.
Absolutely. We both have families. We both have full-time jobs, but we're still managing to get our stuff out. We get together on Tuesdays and go over what we're going to talk about during the week. And if everything pops up, we'll just add it on to our outline that we've created. So we try to give everyone what they want, and we encourage everybody. Hey, if you're not a fan of an NFC East team, let us know. We'll do the research and we'll talk about them.
Sure.
We've had some guests on, a Patriot fan. We had a Detroit fan the other day, this past week. So we're definitely welcoming to anyone who wants to talk about their squad.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
We're going to try to be unbiased as possible.
Sure.
But it's kind of hard sometimes. You're watching your squad play, as it gets tough sometimes. But we're having fun with it. Other people are having fun with it. So again, it's fun.
There's so much. There's so many. It's so hard, especially doing a sports podcast, because we run into that issue a lot on this show. Using the word "we" when we're talking about the Eagles or the Sixers or the Phillies, or us, when we're talking about those teams. And eventually we were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, those are our teams. Like, this is who we are.
That's exactly how I feel. I think at the end of our episodes, we have like a rant. He does a Redskins rant. I do an Eagles one. And we kind of did that yesterday because we both had off of work. So we got together and just said, let's just talk about our teams. Fuck everybody else. We're talking about the Eagles. We're talking about the Redskins. And that's exactly what we did. But again, it's hard to say, well, we suck or we did good or us. So I definitely understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard, especially when you're passionate about it, like I know you are. It's good or bad, we're killing it right now, or God damn it, we suck.
Yeah. Trust me, we've been on Facebook posts together just talking mad shit and being pissed off and happy at the same time. So yeah, hey, it's part of the territory. But
I can tell you guys are having fun with it, and I urge people to go check you guys out. We mentioned that you're putting Facebook Live videos out. Where else can people find the Backyard Report?
Yeah, we're also on Podbean. There is a possibility that we may change to a different podcast software, but that's still in the works. But right now, you can catch us on our Facebook page, the Backyard Report. You can catch us on Podbean, also the Backyard Report. Like our Facebook page. We're getting a lot of traction with our live videos because, Facebook is hot right now.
Yeah.
But we're also still recording with Podbean. So that's where you can find us right now. Again, we're just starting out, and it's starting to take off a little bit in our area with some of our friends and family down here. But we'll definitely love to expand as far as we can go.
That's great, man. That's great. So hopefully our listeners will check you guys out. I'm sure they will, because these guys, people who listen to this show, they love what we're doing, and they're looking for more sports stuff to listen to. I like sports podcasts because it's regular people keeping it real, talking about teams that matter to them, and it's a fan's perspective. We talk a lot about on media, what's the word I'm looking for here? They just make everything so much bigger than it has to be. Sensationalism is what I'm talking about. Sports media is crazy for that. I watch a lot of ESPN and FS1 trying to get ready for this show every week, and it's just like, why are we talking about something so small or something so little? But they talk about it for like 20 minutes on Sports Center, and I think that podcasts they focus in on things that they want to talk about, and they really get into that. Like, I love that your podcast is about the NFC East. I want to jump into that because I think right now, the Eagles had so much hype going into this season, and right now they're kind of fizzling a little bit, and more than a little bit. I think they really look pretty bad. What do you think? What do you think about the Eagles right now? Where do they stand? Are they as good as you were hoping? Do you still see them with the record ending up with a record that you thought at the beginning of the year? How much has changed?
Well, I'm gonna switch hats now because I'm not going to speak as an Eagles fan. I'm gonna speak as a fan of the game and a fan of football. Mm-hmm. The Eagles did have a lot of high expectations going into the season. Watching that first game against Washington, Washington went up 17-0. And I said, well, fuck, it's going to be one of those type seasons.
Yeah.
Where the teams are supposed to beat, we're losing to. You got Deshaun Jackson back. You got Alshon Jeffrey on the outside. You got Nelson Aguilar, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, all these great players. Like, who the fuck's going to stop the Eagles?
Right.
And that's where I hate the media. And, they're like, oh, the Eagles are this, Eagles are that. And I think that tends to get in some of the players' head because I think they believe they're better than they really are.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
So I think the Washington game was really an eye-opener. And I can go, there's a list of issues that I think, mainly on the defensive side of the ball. It's horrible.
I keep hearing a lot of people saying that like October is the new September in the NFL because more and more stars aren't playing in the preseason games. And I know that they're talking about getting rid of the preseason games altogether and just adding another game or two at the end of the regular season, which I think would be great. Do you think that the lack of preseason reps has affected the Eagles in a negative way? Do you think that that's part of the reason why they're off to such a slow start?
Absolutely. Think about all the injuries. Sidney Jones, hamstring. Ronald Darby, hamstring. Deshaun Jackson, abdominal. These are all soft tissue injuries, which it's just, to me, that's repetition.
Yeah.
You're not putting in the work. You're pulling muscles that you probably haven't used in several months. So is that the players? Possibly, but I can also look to the trainers, the strength and conditioning coach. What the fuck are you guys doing when you're not playing?
Right.
So I think the preseason should be like 2 games and go right into the season. 4 games is too much.
Yeah.
I also think any organization know who's going to be on the team and who's not going to be on the team.
Yeah.
So having 4 preseason games to try to cut down to 53, I think, 27 of those guys or 37 of those guys, whatever that equates to, no, they're not going to be on the roster. So cut the preseason games out, get rid of some of these injuries, and just let them go play ball.
Yeah. Yep. Because you can see it. You can see it. It's across the board. It's not even just the Eagles.
It's not just the Eagles.
There's a lot of teams that are off to a really slow, sloppy, injury-filled start. Just some of them have a better record right now than the Eagles do, which is frustrating. I feel like the Packers were another team that came out really slow. Who else? I mean, the Browns come out really slow.
Dallas started hot, and they turned it down a lot.
Yep. It's been.
If we're just talking.
Go ahead.
If we're just talking Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, they have an uphill battle right now.
Yeah. There's
too many good teams in the NFC that are already on their way. Packers, Seahawks. The Seahawks are a team that no one talks about.
Right.
They're one of those sleepers, and they're 5-1. So, Drew Brees is going to come back. The Saints are going to get better when he comes back. So, the Eagles, they got some work to do.
Yeah. We start the show with some breaking news. It won't be breaking news by the time the show comes out, but the Jacksonville Jaguars traded Jalen Ramsey to the Los Angeles Rams for a couple first-round picks in 2020 and 2021, plus a fourth-round pick in 2021. So they gave away, quite a bit for him. But it's a move that I think that the Eagles really could have benefited from. What are you looking for the Eagles to do before the trade deadline?
I mean, let's go back to when the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right. The D-line was amazing.
Right.
We had so many D linemen rotating and rushing the quarterback. Now I'm looking at this season. We're not getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
So No pressure on the quarterback is going to lead to your secondary being exposed. And that's exactly what's going on in these games. Our secondary is getting exposed because they have to cover longer. So for me, I'm kind of upset that Howie didn't pull this trigger to get Jalen Ramsey, because that kid, he can ball. He is a shutdown corner.
Yeah.
So do I think the Rams gave up a lot? Yeah. But is he worth it? Absolutely.
Right.
And if you imagine Jalen Ramsey in an Eagles uniform and he's shutting down one side of your field, you're going to get that pass rush back.
Right.
He's a player that can definitely change the defense. But we're going to miss out on him. So we'll see what Howie does next. He's going to have to do something. I don't have faith in our secondary right now. And, if I'm looking at the Eagles' upcoming schedule, we're going to have to play Dak twice.
Right.
We got a athletic quarterback in Josh Allen.
Got Tom Brady coming to town.
Tom Brady's coming to town. And right after that, Russell Wilson's coming to town. So you have some pretty decent quarterbacks that are coming that we're going to have to play. And you see what Kirk Cousins just did.
Right.
So
that was an ugly game, man. That was an ugly game.
Very ugly.
I don't like these scoreless first quarters. I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to watch, and it's very frustrating to watch because you know that this team is so much better than the way that they're performing.
Oh, absolutely. And what pisses me off is Doug Peterson. You have to your first 15 plays have to be right now from here on out have to be in some form of aggression.
Yeah.
We're throwing little RPOs. No, go downfield a few times. Let the defense know that you're not here to bullshit. You're here to score and win.
I gotta say, I love Doug P. But I love Doug P a lot less without Frank Wright. And
oh man, that's huge.
It changed everything. It changed everything. And I just don't know. I don't know what that offense is anymore without Frank Wright. I haven't known what that offense was since he left. And it's a real shame because I think that he had something really special going on with Carson. And, I mean, you could see it by the way that he played in 2017 and that MVP caliber year. And all of that disappeared. And I think some of that was, the fact that Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. But other than that, I mean, just the lack of Frank Wright, I think, changed the entire pulse of that offense.
Right. And if you go look at the Colts offense,
yep,
they look just like what our offense looked like in 2017.
And they're winning games.
So I think Doug P has to find some kind of balance.
Yeah.
What I liked what we did in that Green Bay game.
Yeah.
That's the type of balance. I don't care if Carson Wentz throws the ball 20 times and only gets 110 passing yards. We need to run the ball and be consistent running the ball. But when you have slow starts in the first quarter, you don't score shit. Guess what you have to do? Throw, and then you become predictable.
Right.
So that opposing defense can peel their ears back and just come after you because they know you have to throw the ball. But we'll see. There's still a lot of football to go. I mean, we got Dallas coming up this week. That's a big, big week for us. And we'll see.
I'm excited for Dallas week like I am for every Dallas week. I think that the Eagles going to Minnesota was a tough week. We watched that game beginning to end, and it was just brutal to watch. Our defense looks like Swiss cheese. Carson Wentz is out here getting crushed, making pretty decent throws to receivers that just can't catch the ball. The icing on that cake, though, was the Jets, the New Jersey Jets, beating the Dallas Cowboys, which was just fantastic. And I think that now it adds such an interesting element to this game because both teams are coming off of stunning defeats, and they're both super, super hungry. And I'm really looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a really good one. My partner here on the show, Kevin Reevy, has a lot of stats and analysis to back up his claims that Dak Prescott is the most average quarterback in the league, which I agree with to a point. What do you think is going to happen this week? Who do you think this stacks in favor of?
Well, Taylor, if I give you my insight now, I won't be able to give it to you later. But because we're collabing, we're doing something special tonight. What I'm going to say about this game is I think this is a must-win for both teams.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game is, I'm going to say, going to win the division. It may only be at 9 wins. It may be at 10 wins. But whoever wins this game is going to win the division. The Eagles have to start out fast, and they have to stop Zeke. But I'm not worried about that. Zeke, he doesn't look like Zeke from the past several years. He looks like, oh, I got my money, I'm chilling.
Right.
And Dak, you see what happens when you put the ball in his hand. I think he is average. I don't think he deserves the money he's asking for. I think the best thing Howie could do was sign Carson Wentz to that deal. And not put pressure on Gary to sign Dak. And then, here comes the Rams. We're going to sign Goff. Bam. Even more pressure to sign Dak. But 3 losses in a row, Dak's looked pretty average.
Right.
And then, Amari might not play this week. That could be help. I heard Deshaun Jackson may be back, may not. I don't know. But if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna say the Eagles are going to go down there and handle business.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I hear Jalen Mills is coming back one of these days soon too. So I hear. So we're just gonna have to wait and see about that. But any help we can get at that position is welcome at this point because it's bad. It's bad, dude. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I keep, we don't get all Eagles games down here.
Yeah.
So I usually, me and the family go out to Buffalo Wild Wings or a sports bar and go watch the game. So I can't go out to these sports bars and watch the game and keep spending money and they keep losing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the wife is not going to go for it anymore.
Yeah. Got to pull out some W's.
She said, please, can you find somewhere to stream that game from home?
Yeah, man. Got to get some W's, dude. Got to get some W's.
Got it. I think we can pull out a W.
I think so,
we
too.
A W this week.
Are you confident that Carson Wentz is the quarterback of the future for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, and it could be a bold statement. I think with the right weapons around Carson Wentz, he's going to not – I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady, but he's going to be Tom Brady-like, where they're always in a competitive – of course, the division's competitive, but they're always there at the end.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Carson Wentz. A lot of people are trying to blame him for the issues the Eagles are having. Not the case. This is clearly a defensive problem that we need to get fixed, and hopefully we'll fix it.
You brought up Tom Brady. I have had this I'm somewhat of a Tom Brady hater. I can't knock the fact that he's won all these Super Bowls and he's a part of probably the greatest sports franchise that any of us will ever see. But one thing that I've always said is that they should switch the Patriots and the Browns, just switch their divisions. Put New England in the going against the Baltimore Ravens twice a year, the Steelers twice a year, the Bengals twice a year, and put the Browns against the Bills, Dolphins, Jets twice a year. Because I feel like the New England Patriots have had basically a golden brick road to the playoffs for the past 15 years. And I think that they have a golden brick road to the Super Bowl every year because of it, because their division is such trash and has been such trash for the past 20 years that these guys just make it every year. And it just, to me, everybody right now, they're talking about the officials. You turn on the news, it's the officials. You turn on any ESPN show, they're talking about the officials and how they're killing the product of the NFL because it's too many penalties, which I don't disagree with. But to me, the thing that's killing the product of the NFL is the fact that no one can stop the New England Patriots. And they seem even better this year than they have almost every other year. And I just can't figure it out, man. I can't figure out how no one can stop these guys.
Well, I used to play football, and, I consider myself an X's and O's guy. There's one thing that teams have to figure out, and I think Carson has to figure this out too, and many other quarterbacks. But if you look at Tom Brady, he takes what the defense gives him.
Right.
Now, with that being said, if you're going against the New England Patriots, the objective is to keep Tom Brady's ass on the bench as much as possible.
Yeah.
You need a running game and a short pass game. And I think if you can effectively do those two things, you will beat the New England Patriots.
Yep.
You can't beat them on 2, 3 play, 4 play drives. You needed 12 to 15 play drives on their asses.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, it looks like they'll fold. I know they have a monstrous defense, but you got to run the ball. Running the ball is, I think, it's key to win.
Right.
Because when you're up in the fourth quarter, how you kill clock, you run the ball. I don't care if you hand the ball off 3 times and don't get a first down. That should tell the defense, you know what? These motherfuckers are trying to run.
Right.
Let's put 8 in the box. Bam, then you throw over the top. And then, that's just me. But we'll see. The Patriots are a tough out. We got them coming up in the next couple weeks, right after the bye, so we should get some extra preparation. But yeah, Tom Brady's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's Tom Brady, man. There's
nothing anything.
I can't wait for I want to see Patriots versus Chiefs. That's what I want. I want to see that game as soon as possible. I don't remember what week that happens, but that's going to be a good one. Patrick Mahomes, man, I feel like that's the cookie cutter quarterback of the future, man. If you can ball like Patrick Mahomes, you will make it in the NFL. He's the Steph Curry of the NFL right now.
He is a stud.
Yep. In every sense of the word. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
But I'll throw another name out there for you.
Okay.
His name's Deshaun Watson. Watch out for that guy, man.
Oh yeah.
Watch out for Deshaun Watson. He's another guy, man. He just goes out and balls. And I like these. I don't know how much you guys watch college football, but there's certain stories that I follow during college football, and Deshaun Watson is one of those ones where I was rooting for him when he was playing in Clemson, and I'm rooting for him now because he's just one of those blue collar guys, man.
Yeah.
Good kid. Always doing the right thing. So good on him.
I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to be a problem when he comes into the NFL. I feel like he's going to be a problem. That guy is something else too. And go ahead.
I'll throw this out there. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Tua.
I do too. Yep.
But I won't go into that.
Yeah, that's a topic for a different show.
That is for a different show.
Yeah,
we don't even talk about college football here.
We don't talk about it much here either because my co-host doesn't watch it. But I love college football. It was tough for me to watch my Iowa Hawkeyes lose to Penn State this past week, but it's been a great season all the way around for college football so far this year. But Ricky, I really appreciate you taking some time to be on our show this week with us. And like I said in the beginning, man, I'm really happy for you. I'm really excited to see where the Backyard Report goes. And again, shout out to your partner, Mike. I really appreciate you guys for what you guys are doing. And I strongly urge you to keep up the great work, man.
Taylor, we really do appreciate that, and we're going to keep doing it until someone tells us not to stop.
That's great.
If that makes sense.
That's great.
That makes sense.
Absolutely,
so
dude.
We're just two regular guys, man, just talking football, and we're trying to give you our opinions. Again, you can find us on Facebook at the Backyard Report, and Podbean. Taylor, thank you so much for the opportunity. And hey,
go Birds!
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Love talking to you, man.
Ricky, it was great talking to you too, man. And we'll get you back on the show. And anytime, dude, anytime. Let's do this again.
Hey, absolutely. Just let me know. I'm always available.
I will, man. Thank you so much, Ricky.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right, man. You too. See ya. All right, that was Ricky Bell from the Backyard Report. Shout out to those guys. Absolutely phenomenal work. I urge you guys to go check them out. That's about all the time we've got for this week. Go to patreon.com/MBN Network. I'm going to sit here and talk about some fantasy football with you guys on there. So go there, subscribe, do that. Shout out to Kevin Reevy. Shout out to CJ. See you guys next week. Go to CBD.com. Use promo code MBN. Get 20% off your order plus free shipping. EUNOMIA CBD.com. Do it now. It'd be stupid if you didn't. See you guys next week.